Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Blue Flames the Poet. Yo, this is gonna be my vlog for the day, man. Oh, and for the rest of this week coming up, for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, um, because I owe y'all vlog videos, I'ma make up for that. Cause this one, since I'm already doing this one right now, there's 3 more left. So for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this week coming, the rest of them are gonna be vlogs. And then I'll get back to the poetry stuff from my channel. So, with that said, the topic of conversation today: embargo. Now, for those people who don't know what that means, it's a term that's usually used for movies when the reviews are held off until the release of a movie. So then the review starts flooding in by the time it hits its release date. And sometimes these days they do early screenings of movies, so the reviews will already be done for those people who've seen the movies early. But then when it's out there on the actual date that it was set to come out, that's when all the reviews start coming in. So an embargo means to hold off on it until it's officially released out there. Now, of course, for a term like that, it's usually applied to movies. For me, it's applied to everything. It's applied to everything. So, you guessed it, I'm gonna get into that for music, and I'm gonna get into that for when it comes to books. Now, in terms of how embargo works, if you're gonna think about it in music, in books, especially if you've already told people what you've been working on and they're well aware of it, but it's not out there yet. That's the thing. It's not out there yet. So the best thing you could do is hold off on your review on it before it's out there. Once it's out there, then you'll get a chance to say what you got to say on it, say how you feel on it. And of course, there comes a moment when we end up seeing other people's reviews before we even check it out for ourselves. Yeah, sometimes we can't help that. But these days we're starting to adjust to that method a little bit more. Stay away from everyone else's reviews. Check it out for yourself and have your own opinion on it. Once you do that, then you worry about everyone else and see what they had to say on it. That's usually how it is for me. So, the idea behind that when it comes to music, when it comes to putting out books, like I said, you're pretty much holding off the reviews until it's officially released out there for people to listen to, for people to see. So with that being said, it's like, alright, the idea of holding off the reviews for what you got planned, for what you're trying to release out there, is because, number one, you're trying to make sure to put the time in that you really want so much to take care of your product that you're trying to put out there, so that for you it feels complete. For you it feels complete. Once you start to get that feeling that you're ready to put it out there for everyone to check out, then that means you're confident that it's ready. It's ready to be put out there for people to see. And whatever reviews comes your way, just be prepared for them. Be prepared for what people got to say on it once you put it out there. Because the second thing, as I just mentioned, prepare for it. Because There are times that it could be overwhelmingly positive and then overwhelmingly negative. And then sometimes it could be a mix. Some people like it, some people didn't. It could be a mix. It could be positive or it could be negative. The overall response of it all. That's what you got to prepare for. So, even when you have to deal with the reviews that might have some criticisms on whatever it is that they got to say on it, just keep in mind that there's always going to be room to improve. There's always going to be room to improve so that the next time when you're ready to put something out there again, you can actually do better than what you did previously. There's always going to be room to improve because not everything is perfect. Not everything is perfect, but someone can easily say that it is because that's how they feel. Not everybody gonna say that. But if anybody was gonna say something like that, that's how they feel about it. That's them. That's how they feel. That's what they think. That's how they feel on that. But not everybody is gonna say that. If you gotta put up with some criticisms, then take that and apply that to what you're trying to do next. Take your time to make that happen. Don't try to rush the process. Don't rush creativity. Don't rush any of that. Especially when you know you got that potential to make something happen that people are gonna like, at least the majority. You know, if the majority of people get a chance to see your stuff and they like it, then that means you got something good on your hands. And you will want to keep that going, but you have to space out the time so that you're not putting it out there and your quality just get worse and worse. And then people are going to start to reject you and try to write you off like, what happened to this person who put this out there, who was, spitting some lyrics that's like, wow, I felt that. Or publishing books that is like, wow, I appreciate what this person did. This was creative. If you end up losing steam on that, that's only because you're trying to put everything out there all at once. When you know you got good quality on your hands, and this is what I plan to do with my stuff. When you know you got good quality on your hands, use your time wisely. Don't put it out there just for the sake of it. Put it out when you're ready to put it out. Don't worry about trying to have a time schedule so then you got a deadline to meet. We all know how it is when it comes to deadlines. If you're going to get a deadline, then that means you got to work extra hard to make sure you meet that goal. Sometimes we don't want to deal with that. We want to be able to do things on our own time, on our own pace. So when the reviews start coming in and the response is overwhelmingly positive, that's because you took care of what you was trying to put out there. You took care of the time that you utilize for what you're trying to put out there. But there's always got to be room to improve. You just have to use your time wisely. And the third thing that I want to get into, as far as this goes, just know that for everything that you do, you're doing it for you and for people who believe in you before you put it out there for everybody else. Remember that. Keep that in mind. Know that you are doing it for you and the people who believe in you, the people who are backing you on what you have to say, how you feel on things, that you can actually state your opinion on whatever it is. That there it goes again. Agree to disagree, but respectfully in a civilized manner. Or y'all could easily agree on things. The first thing you got to worry about, you. How do you feel about what you put down on a track, on paper. It's how you feel about it. You come first. Then start with, well, you're starting with yourself. Then the next thing, bring it up with your family. Bring it up with your family. And bring it up with your friends, even your closest friends. Bring it up with them. It's about that growth. So by the time you're ready to put it out there, and some people know about it, be sure to let them know on it first. So once it's out there, they can go and tell people about that, and then they'll get a chance to check it out for themselves, see what they think about it. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's what embargo means for me. It doesn't just apply to movies, it applies to everything. It applies to everything. Music and putting out books, for me, applies to that word. It does. You're holding off the responses before you put your product out there. You're holding off on that before you put it out there. And once it's released, that's when they start flooding in. So then other people can get a chance to look at what you put out there, see what other people thought about it, and if they're interested, they'll look into it. Sometimes they don't have to look at the reviews to justify if they're gonna look at it or not. They just gotta do it themselves. They gotta figure it out for themselves. But that's it. That's pretty much of what comes with releasing something. Prepare for the reviews, whether it's overwhelmingly positive, negative, or mixed. Because there's always got to be room to improve so that you could do better the next time. Just know that you're doing it for you and for the people that believe in you before you put it out there for everybody else. And use your time wisely. Space it out. Don't put it out there just for the sake of it. Don't put it out there just for the sake of it. Put it out when you're ready to put it out. Take all the time you need to do it. Take all the time you need. When you feel like you're ready to put it out there, then you're ready to put it out there. And it's all good from there. Just know that it starts with you. It's how you feel about it. So, as I end this video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to be notified on every video that I post up. Check in the description box below for all the social media that I use. Keep up on everything that I do on there. This is Blue Flames the Poet, y'all. I'm out.